course is divided to two parts, the Basics part and the Advanced part. The Basics part contains 14 sections. At the start you will learn the basics of the Photoshop and how to use the Layers system to create your first design with the software. I will explain to you how to use crop and transform tools, how to work with smart objects, and all the different selection tools that we use to crop the background from images and replace it with our own backgrounds. You will also learn to use the retouching tools that allows you to hide any flaw in images, clear the skin, and delete any unwanted objects. Then we will move to the adjustment layers, and we will see how to edit and change colors in images, and also how to edit and enhance images lighting, and how to turn old images into normal and colored images. In the next section we will learn to write text in the software and create special text by adding effects to them using the layer style. Then we will take a look at geometric shapes and see how to use them to create a full design. After that, we will move to the filter menu and learn how to use multiple filters to enhance the images and make them better. Filters like the wave filter, the lens flare filter, and a lot more. In the next section, we will take a look at the brush tool. We will learn to create our own brush from scratch, and we will see how to create effects using the brush, and how to create a hairbrush that we use to fill blank spots and add more details to the images. In the tips and tricks section, we will learn a bunch of techniques that will make working with the software easier, like how to hide characters and change the sky color in images in a single click. In the final section of this part, you will learn to create multiple effects, like the coordinates effect, the glow effect, the light effect, and a lot more effects. By the end of this part, you will have enough experience to work with the software and use it to create your own designs, which leads us to the second part of this course, the advanced part, in which you will learn to create professional designs using the photo manipulation technique, a technique that you can use to turn simple images to professional ones. This part is divided to two sections. In the first section, I will explain to you the basics of photo manipulation, like merging images, choosing the correct measurements, setting the colors, editing the lighting and shadows. Also, I will provide you with multiple sources to get ideas and to get the proper images for your projects. After that, we will move to the best part of the course for me. We will learn to create professional designs. In this section, we will work on 15 different projects, as I will explain to you how to create each project from scratch until the end. And in each project, we will learn new and different techniques that will help you understand how to create your own future projects. We will learn to create ads and posters in creative ways that allows you to bring your ideas into life and transform them into artistic reality. Hello and welcome to this video. When you open the Photoshop software for the first time, you will get this interface here. Now we will see how to create our first project. To create a new project, we click on New File, or we go to the File menu and we select New. Then we get this window here. We have here the recent sizes that we used. If it's your first time with the Photoshop, this page will be blank. Now we go to the photo page, and we have here some page sizes that we can use. Next we have the print page. Here we have the page sizes that we use for printed designs, like flyers and more. Next we have the art and illustration page. We have here multiple sizes that we can use. Next we have the web page to design web pages. And next we have the mobile page to design app pages for mobiles and smartwatches. Then finally we have the film and video page. We use these page sizes for films and videos. We will select any page size and we will set it manually. For example, this one. We start by naming our project. We name it First Project. Now we change the measuring unit to pixels. We use the pixels for designs that we display online, on social media platforms, websites, etc. Next we set the width of the design to 1920 pixels. And we set the height to 1080 pixels. Next we have orientation. We can select artboard or portrait, depending on what we want. Next we have the resolution. If we want to display our design online, we set the resolution to 72. And if we want to print our design, we set the resolution to 300. Next we have the color mode. For online designs, we select RGB color. And for printed designs, we select CMYK color. And we leave the rest of the options untouched. Then we click Create. To create a project with these options, and here we are, this is our design page. We have here the properties window. We use it to edit the size of our design page. We can change it to portrait and change its size, etc. All the options that we had on the previous window are here. Take a look at the software's main interface. The Photoshop software offers multiple interfaces that we can choose from. We go to Window, Workspace, and we find here multiple interfaces. We have 3D, Motion, Painting, Photography, and finally Graphics and Web. For example, if we select the 3D interface, it looks like this. Let's take a look at the Painting interface. Here it is. But the one that we will use is the Essentials interface. First, we have here on the right multiple windows. We have color, gradient, etc. If we want to hide any of these windows, for example the color window, we go to the window menu and we uncheck the color option. Here it is, it's gone. Same thing for the properties window. We uncheck it and it's gone. Now to show it back, all we have to do is check it. Here it is. In case you had a problem with the interface and you want to bring it back to default, you go to Window, Workspace, and you select Reset Essentials. And here it is. You can put these windows anywhere you like. You just click on the window and drag it to wherever you want. You just click on and drag the window to where you want to put it. Same thing for the gradient window. And of course you can always put it back easily. And you can change the windows order if you like. You can put the windows in any order and anywhere you want. And like I said, you can always reset the Essentials interface from here. And to use a window, all you have to do is to select it. Like I said, you can put the windows in any order you like. Same thing here. We use the Layers window very often, that's why it's preferable to set it at the first position here. Next we have the Tools bar on the left. We use these tools to move, crop, paint, and a lot of things. These are the most important tools in the software. We can click here to set the Tools bar to one column or two columns. And we can put it anywhere we like. And of course we can always put it back easily. To select a tool, you just click on it. Now some tools have multiple versions. We right click on the tool to get the list of all its versions. Any tool that has this little arrow has multiple versions. So we right click on it to get this menu and we select the right tool. We will take a look at all the tools in the coming videos. In this video we'll see how to import photos to the Photoshop software. It's very simple. We go to File and we select Open. We get this window and we select on your computer. Now we locate the photos that we want to use. I already showed you how to download the photos that we will use in each video. We select it and we click Open. So this is how we can import photos to the Photoshop software. But as you can see, the image was added in a separate page. The design page is empty here. To add the image to the design page, we click on it and we drag it to the design page like this. Here we are, the image is added to the design page. We can add our images in a different way. We locate the folder where we have our images. We select the image and we drag it directly to the design page. Then we can adjust the image size like this. And we click on the check mark to apply the changes. So this is how we can import images to the Photoshop. We can add images in a separate page, and we can add them directly to the design page. Look at two of the most important tools in the software. The first tool is the Move tool. The Move tool is the first tool in the tools bar. We use it to move photos. For example, we use it to move this photo like this. In case you tried to move the image and it did not move, make sure to check the auto select. Next we have the Zoom tool. We use it to zoom in and zoom out. To zoom in, we click and drag up. And to zoom out, we click and drag down. Even if we only select the zoom in tool, we can click and drag up to zoom in and click and drag down to zoom out. So the zoom in and the zoom out are basically the same tool. And when we use the zoom out tool only, again we click and drag up to zoom in and we click and drag down to zoom out. So no matter which zoom tool you use, you can zoom in and out. The zoom tool is very useful because when we want to crop an object, we need to zoom in on it to make sure that we crop it in a professional way. So these are the Move tool and the Zoom tool. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. We are still talking about the layers, and in this video we will see how to edit an object using the layers. We have here our layers. We start by naming our layers. Double click on the bottom layer name to change it. We name it background. We name this layer floor. And we name the last one bottle. Now if we want to adjust the size of any object, we select its layer and we select the Move tool. Then we check Show Transform Controls. And we get this line around the object. Now if we select the floor layer, we will get the line around the floor image. Same thing for the background image. So we select the object layer and we get this line around it to use it to edit the object. For example, we select the bottle layer, we click on the line and we drag up. As you can see, we increase the size of the bottle, and if we click on the line and drag down, we decrease the size of the bottle. So this is how we can increase or decrease the size of the objects. After we adjust the size of the object, we click on the check mark or we click on Enter from the keyboard to apply the change. Now we select the floor layer. Same thing, we use this line to adjust its size. To cancel the change before saving it, we click here. Same thing for the background image. We select its layer and we adjust it using the line around it. We can adjust the object without having to select its layer every time. All we have to do is to check the auto select. And we click on the object to select its layer. For example, we select the floor image and as you can see, we automatically selected its layer. Same thing for the background image and the bottle. And what's even better is that when we use the auto select and we adjust its object size, we adjust its size in an even way and from all sides. Now to make the bottle wider, for example, we hold the Shift button, then we select the line around it from the right or the left side, and we drag to the side. And if we want to make the bottle taller or shorter, we hold the Shift button and we select the line from the top or the bottom, then we drag up or down. This is how we can adjust the size of the objects in different ways. We use the history window to backtrack our steps and all that we have done. If you can't find the history window here, make sure to check it in the window menu. Then it appears here. Now we can go back one move, like this, 2 moves, and so on, until we go back to the move that we want. Now let's say that we want to adjust the size of 2 objects in the same time. It's very easy. We select the layer of the first object, we hold Shift, and we select the layer of the second object. Now both layers are selected and we can see that we have a new icon here. It's the link button. So we click on it to link the 2 layers together. Now as we can see, the line is around the bottle and the floor. Now we can adjust the size of both objects at the same time. Same thing if we want to adjust the background layer at the same time as well. We hold Shift and we select the background layer. We click on the link button. Now the line is around all 3 objects. And we can adjust the size of all 3 objects at the same time. After we are done, we click on the check mark to apply the changes. Now to cancel the link. We select the first layer, we hold Shift, and we select the other 2 layers. Then we click on the link button to unlink them. Now we can adjust each layer separately. Right click on it and we select Duplicate Layer. We get this window. We name the second layer from here. I will leave it as it is. Then we click OK. And here we are, we have a new layer. We select it. We uncheck the auto select and we drag the bottle and put it anywhere we want. Now we have 2 spray bottles. We can duplicate it again in the same way. Now we have 3 spray bottles. If we want to delete one of the bottles, we select its layer and we click on the delete icon. We get this window and we select yes. Or we can just select the bottle layer and we click delete from the keyboard. Now we duplicate the floor layer, right click on it and we select duplicate layer. We name it and we click OK. We put it here and here we are. And of course we can delete it pretty easily. We have another way to duplicate objects. We select the bottle layer, then we drag it to the plus icon here. When we release it, we get a new layer. Same thing, we uncheck the auto select and we drag it anywhere we want. We can duplicate an object as many times as we want. So these are 2 ways to duplicate objects. Select the way you like. The second way is a bit faster, so it's more practical. So this is how we can duplicate objects in the Photoshop. That's it for this video. Some of the effects that we can create using the layers. We start by selecting the floor layer, then we go to the blend-in mode menu. As you can see, we have here multiple options. We hover over each mode to see its result on the floor image. Each mode gives us a different effect. Same thing, we select the bottle layer and we see the results of each mode on the bottle. We can apply these modes to any layer we have. Next we have the opacity setting. We click here to access the opacity setting. And we use the cursor to adjust the opacity of the selected object. We decrease the opacity of an object to make it transparent. If we set the opacity to 0, the object will disappear. Then we set it to 100 to show it back. We set the opacity based on the result we want. We can apply it to any layer we have. Next we have the fill setting. On the first look it may look the same as the opacity setting, but it's not, and we will talk about it in details in the coming videos. So we have here the blend in mode menu and the opacity setting, which we can use to create some cool and simple effects. It's very simple. We right click on this image layer and we select create clipping mask. Right after we created the clipping mask, we got this arrow indicating that this image is added to the image below it. And as you can see, the image is now in the shape of the brush image. Now to remove it, we right click on it and we select release clipping mask. Now we add this image here. And we add the second image over it. It's an image of a background. We increase its size like this. Now we will add this image inside the character image. So right click on the image layer and we select create clipping mask. Here we are, the background image is inside the character. Now we go to the blend mode menu and we can select any mode that we want, depending on the result we like to have. So we can use the blend mode and the clipping mask to create this effect here. We use the clipping mask to add an image inside another image, then we use the blend mode menu to get the effect that we like. As you can see, we have here multiple modes. You can select the one that you like, and you can set its opacity as well. Hello and welcome to this video. In this video we'll see how to transform images. We start by creating a new project. I already did. Then we go to the resources folder and we add the following image. Now to transform this image we need to check show transform controls. And to show transform controls setting we have to select the move tool. If we selected any other tool we will not be able to see the show transform controls setting here. We check show transform controls and we get this line around the image, which we will use to transform the image. Now if we select the background layer we can see the lines around the background, and that's because the background is locked. So we unlock it to see the line around it. So in case you selected the background and you can't see the lines, make sure that it's unlocked first. Now we select the image layer, we click on the line here and we drag down to decrease the size of the image. And we click and drag up to increase its size. Same thing from the side, we click and drag to the left to decrease its size, and we drag to the right to increase its size. Now when I adjust the size of the image, the size changes from all sides, and if I want to adjust its size from one side, I hold shift and I adjust it from that side, for example from the top side here. Same thing from the right side, we hold shift and we drag. So this is how we can adjust the size of images from all sides or just one side. And we click on the check mark to apply the changes. And if we want to undo anything we did and go back, we use the history window. We have here all the moves that we did in order. For example, we go back and the layer is locked. Now it's unlocked. So we can go back and forth. We can go all the way to the first move we made. The design page is still blank. Now we go back to the last move we made. I will go back one move to undo this transform I just made. In case you can't see the history window here, make sure to check it in the window menu. Now we click on the line around the image to get these lines here. And then we right click on the image. And we have here a menu with multiple transform options. We have the scale option. This is the option that we just talked about. We use it to scale the image. We increase or decrease its size. Next we have the rotate option. We select it, and when we hover over the line here we get a curved arrow icon. We click and drag to either side to rotate the image. We go back to the history window and we undo our last move. To undo the last move very quickly, we can use the keyboard shortcut. Command plus Z in Mac and Control plus Z in Windows. Next we have the skew option. We use it to skew the image like this. We can skew it from each corner to get the result we like. Next we have the perspective option. We use it to skew the image from two corners at the same time. Next we have here the distort option. We use it to skew the image in a more practical way. We undo the last move. We go back to the transform menu. We have here the rotate 180 degrees option. We use it to rotate the image for 180 degrees. We flip the image upside down. Next we have the rotate 90 degrees clockwise option. And we have the rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise option. And down here we have the flip horizontal option. We use it to flip the image from the right to the left. And finally we have the flip vertical option. We use it to flip the image from top to bottom. Now we will see how to use these settings in a practical way. We go to the resources folder and we add this image. Now we will add the image we have here to the tablet to look like a screen wallpaper on the tablet. We use the history window to go back to this move. Then we add the image to this page. Now we click on the line around the image to get these lines across the image. Then right click on the image and we select distort. Then we put the image on the tablet like this. We use the distort option because it allows us to edit and skew the image in a free way. After we are done, we click on the check mark to apply the change. And here we are. This is the tablet before and after we added the image to it. This is an example of what we can do using the transform menu from controls. We get the line around the image, we click on it to get these two lines on the image. Now we click on this icon. We get this grid here, and we use it to transform the image freely. We use the dots to edit the image. We can edit it any way we like. This right here is the free transform. As usual, after we are done, we click on the check mark or we click enter to apply the changes. So this is how we can transform our images freely. That's it for this. Welcome to this video. In this video, we will take a look at the wrap option. I already added the background image. Go ahead and add it as well. Now we add the second image. We drag it to the design page. We put it here. Now we click on the line around the image, then we right click on the image and we select the wrap option. Now we go to the wrap menu here. We have here multiple options. For example, we select arc. And here we are. We use this dot here to adjust the image. Next we select flag, for example. Here we are. Like I said, we use the dot to adjust the arrow. As you can see, we have here multiple options that we can use. Go ahead and take a look at them. The wrap option is one of the transform options that are very useful. As always, after we are done, we click on the check mark or enter to apply the change. In this video, we will see how to crop images. We have here this image as an example and we will crop it. So we select the crop tool. We automatically get these lines around the image. If we want to crop the image from the left, we drag the line from the left. Same thing from the right. The parts of the image that are outside the lines will be cropped. We click on the check mark to apply the change, and here we are. Now we click Command plus Z in Mac or Control plus Z in Windows to go back. Same thing if we want to crop the image from the top and from the bottom. We click on the check mark and here we are. We can crop the image from the corners as well. And if we hover over the crop line on the side, we get this curved arrow here. We use it to rotate the image. Then we crop it. This is how we can crop our images in different ways. We go back. Now let's say that we want to crop this part of the image, the part with the plant. We click and drag over the part to select it. When we release the mouse, you can see the part is selected. So we click on the check mark to crop it. And here we are. Hello and welcome to this video. After we took a close look on the transform menu and all that we have learned in the former videos, I have a small homework for you. I would like you to apply this image to this phone. This is the original look of the phone. And this is how it should look like after you are done. Both images are included for you in the resources folder to use. So go ahead, give it a try, and I will see you in the next video to create the homework together. Hello and welcome to this video. In the former video, I have asked you to create a simple homework. Now in this video, we will create it together. I already added the first image. Now we add the second image. We decrease its size slightly, right click on the image and we select Distort. Then we add the image on the mobile screen. We click on the check mark to apply the change and here we are. We zoom in here, we need to fix this place here. We select the Move tool. We check Show Transform Controls. We click on the line around the image. Right click on the image and we select Distort. Then we fix this place like this. Same thing on this corner. And here we are. Like I said, it's very easy and simple and it does not take a lot of time. So this is how we can change the screen of a mobile, TV, tablet, etc. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we'll talk about the Object Selection tool. We use the Object Selection tool to select objects and to remove the background. We have this image here as an example. We will remove the background, leaving only the character. The Object Selection tool is a new addition to the software, and the Object Selection tool removes the background automatically. The only problem with this tool is sometimes the background and the objects have the same colors, so we can't remove the background in a precise manner. Other than that, it's very useful. Now we select the Object Selection tool and we click and drag to select the character. Here we are, the character is selected. But if we zoom in, you can see that the character was not fully selected. There are some parts of the character that were left out of the selection. So to select these parts, we will use the Quick Selection tool. We select the Quick Selection tool and we get two tools here. The Add to Selection tool, we use it to add more parts to the selection, and we have the Subtract from Selection tool. We use it to deselect parts of the selection. Now we set the size of the brush. We click on the Add to Selection tool and we select this part here to add it to the selection. Same thing here. We add this part to the selection. Here we are, now the character is fully selected. Now to remove the background, we click on the mask button. Here we are, the background is removed. Now we will replace the background. We select this image. We add it here. We adjust its size. And we put the character layer on top of the background layer. And here we are, the background is replaced. Now we add a new image. Here it is. Same thing, we select the Object Selection tool. We select the headphones. This part was left out of the selection. Same thing, we select the Quick Selection tool. We click on the Add to Selection tool and we select this part. Now we click on the mask button to remove the background. We add a new background. Here it is. We add it to the main page. We put it here. We increase its size. And we put the background layer in the bottom. Here we are, the background is replaced easily. So this is how we use the Object Selection tool to select objects and to remove backgrounds and replace them. This is an automatic selection tool, and in the coming videos we will see some manual selection. Hello and welcome to this video. In this video we'll take a look at the Quick Selection tool. This is the Quick Selection tool right here. We use the Quick Selection tool to select objects and duplicate them, and to remove the background as well. We have two tools in the Quick Selection tool, the Add to Selection tool and the Subtract from Selection tool. The Add to Selection tool to add to the selection, and the Subtract from Selection tool to remove any part from the selection. For example, we want to select all these fruits here without selecting the background. We start by selecting this orange with the Quick Selection tool, and to add another object to the selection we hold Shift and we select it. So we hold Shift and we add the rest of the fruits. Now let's say that we no longer want to select an object and we want to deselect it. It's very simple. We select the Subtract from Selection tool and we hover over the object to deselect it. For example, if we selected this object and selected an unwanted part with it, same thing, we use the Subtract Selection tool to deselect that unwanted part. After we are done with the selection, we click on the mask button to remove the background, leaving only the parts that we selected, and we can replace the background like we saw before. Now we add a new image. Same thing, we use the Quick Selection tool to select this table. Then we click Mask. Here we are, the background is gone. We add a new background image. We put the table layer on top, and we adjust the size of the background image to fit the whole page. Here we are, the background is replaced. Hello and welcome to this video. In this video we'll take a look at the lasso tool. We use the lasso tool to select objects manually. Here is the lasso tool. We select it. The lasso tool is a free tool. It's very tricky to use it to select objects. We use it to select objects with single color backgrounds, like this image here. We use the lasso tool to select these donuts here, like this. Then right click on the selected part and we select layer via copy to duplicate it, or layer via cut to cut the selected part. Now we just duplicate it. We use the move tool to put the object here. If we hide the background, we can see the object we duplicated like this. The selection is not precise, but it does not show because we have a single color background. If we have a multi-color background, it will show. We can select one of the donuts like this. Right click and we select layer via cut. And here we are. So this is how we use the lasso tool. That's it for this video. Hello and welcome to this video. In this video we take a look at the polygonal lasso tool. We use the polygonal lasso tool to crop objects manually. This here is the polygonal lasso tool. We have this image here and we will use the polygonal lasso tool to crop this tool here. So we zoom in on this tool to crop it in a precise way. We click here to add the first dot. Now the line is connected to the dot. We click here to add the next dot. So we place multiple dots that connect the line we put around the object to select it and then crop it. We keep going until we select the whole object and we have to connect the last dot with the first one we created. Now we click on the first dot to connect the whole line. You can see when we hover over the first dot we get this icon here. Then we click on it to select the whole object. We can click on mask to remove the background. We still have this part of the background here. We select it using the polygonal lasso tool. Then we select the image layer and we click delete to remove this part of the background. Same thing for this part here. We select it and we click delete to remove it. Same thing for the rest. Always zoom in on the object to crop it in a professional manner. Here we are, the background is fully deleted now. Now we can replace the background or drag this tool to add it to another design. We use the polygonal lasso tool to crop any object or character. We have another image with this character in it and we will crop it using the polygonal lasso tool. We zoom in on it. We put the first dot here and we keep going until we select the whole character. I will fast forward the process to save time. We're almost done. Now in case we made a mistake and selected a part that we don't want to select, we just click on delete to remove the last dot we created. In case we want to delete multiple dots, we can keep clicking delete until we go back to the dot we want to return to. As you can see, when we hover over the first dot we created, we get this icon here. So we click on the first dot to connect the line around the character to select it. The character is selected, so we zoom out and we click on mask to remove the background. So this is how we crop objects manually. And we only use this way when the automatic selection is not effective, in case the object selection tool is not effective. Because selecting the object automatically saves us a lot of time and effort, and selecting an object manually takes us a lot of time and effort. So this is how. Hello and welcome to this video. In this video we will see how to cut characters' hair. So we select the lasso tool. When we select the lasso tool, we get the select and mask option here. We click on it and we get this window here. The window may not look exactly like this for you, but that's okay. Now we click on select subject. As you can see, the character is selected automatically, but we have some noise in the hair that we need to fix. We have here multiple view options. You may have the onion skin option as the default one. Anyway, we can select any view option here. I will select the overlay option so I can take a good look at the hair. And you can set the opacity to any level you like. Now we zoom in on the hair. As you can see, we have some leftovers of the background on the hair. To remove it, we use the Refine Edge Brush tool. We have the plus brush and the minus brush. We select the plus brush and we set its size. Then we click and drag over the hair. And here we are, the background leftovers are gone. We remove all the leftovers from the background on the hair. In case we made a mistake, we can always click on Command plus Z to undo our last move. We click Command plus Z for Mac and Control plus Z for Windows. Here we are, all the background leftovers are gone. Now we go down here and we select the image output. We select New Layer and we click OK. And here we are, we have our image without background in a new layer. This is the original image and this is our image after we deleted the background. Now we add a new background. We adjust its size. Here we are, the background is replaced and we no longer have the former background leftovers on the hair. So this is how we can crop characters with hair. That's it for this video, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Hello and welcome to this video. It's homework time. I would like you to create this design here. You will find the images used to create this design in the resources folder, so go ahead and give it a try. And I will see you in the next video to create the homework together. Hello and welcome to this video. In this video we will create the homework together. So we start by adding the two images in the resources folder. We will select the character and remove the background. So we select the object selection tool and we select the character like this. Some parts of the character were not selected, so we zoom in and we use the Add to Selection tool to add them to the selection. Here and here. Now we select the subtract from selection tool and we deselect this part here. And here as well. Now we click on mask to remove the background. Then we drag the character to this page. And we put it here. We zoom in here and we remove this part left of the former background. We use the magic wand tool to select this part since it's a single color. And we click delete to remove it. So here we are, this is how to create this simple homework. That's it for this video, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. In tools list, we have the spot healing brush tool, the healing brush tool, etc. We will start with the spot healing brush tool. We select it and the mouse icon changes to the brush icon. We set the brush size from here, its hardness, spacing angle and roundness. So we set the brush size and we can right click on the image using the spot healing brush tool to get the same window here. Now let's say that we want to remove this character here. We click and drag like this over the character to select it. After we release the mouse, the character disappears. So this is how we use the spot healing brush tool to remove any object or character from our images. We take a look at another image. We have this painting on the wall and we want to remove it. Same thing, we use the spot healing brush tool to remove it. We keep going until we remove the whole shape. I will fast forward the video slightly to save time. Here we are, the painting on the wall is gone. We use the history window to go back and see the image before. And this is the image after we remove the painting on the wall. So this is how we use the spot healing brush tool to remove any object from our images. Hello and welcome to this video. In this video we'll take a look at the healing brush tool. Right click here and we select the healing brush tool. Here we are, we have the brush icon. And we can adjust the brush settings from here like we saw in the former video. Now this tool is different from the spot healing brush tool. For example, as you can see we have this pimple on the character's face here. So we use the healing brush tool to copy this part of the character's face and use it to cover the pimple spot. First we set the brush size. We set the hardness. We lower the hardness so that it does not look like the spot is copied, and I will talk more about the brush hardness in details in the coming videos. So we copy a clear part of the skin and it needs to be similar to the part that we will cover. For example here. We hold Alt and we click with the left mouse button to copy this part. Here we are, the part is copied. If we increase the brush hardness, you will see that the brush edges will be too sharp. So we need to decrease the hardness to soften the brush edges. Now we paste that part over the pimple to cover it. Here we are, the pimple is gone. We decrease the brush size slightly. We hold Alt and we click here with the left mouse button to copy this part. Then we paste it over this pimple to cover it. So this is how we can cover unwanted objects in our images using the healing brush tool. About the patch tool. So we select it, We use the patch tools to remove objects from images. For example, we will use it to remove this tattoo on the character's neck. The patch tool is similar to the healing brush tool, because we copy a part of the image and use it to cover the unwanted object. The only difference is how we do that. We select the tattoo using the patch tool. After we selected the tattoo, we get this icon on the tool. Now we click on the tattoo and drag to the left. Here we are, the tattoo is gone. It was covered with the part on the left. We zoom in here. We select this part and we drag to cover it. We can drag to any direction to cover the selected part. Now we move to the next image. We select the car using the patch tool. We click and drag like this. Here we are, the car is gone. Let's go back. We can use the patch tool to duplicate objects as well. We select this part here. We click and drag to the left and here we are. The car is duplicated. We can select this part as well. We click and drag to the right. And here we are. So we can use the patch tool to hide objects and to duplicate them. Let's take a look at the Content Aware Move tool. We use this tool to move any object from one place to another. We have this image here as an example. We select the eagle. Now we click on it and we drag to wherever we want to put it. We can adjust its size while we move it. After we are done, we click on the check mark and here we are, the eagle is moved from here to here. We can select this again and move it to here, and we can rotate it. Let's take a look at another image. We select these two characters and the camel. We decrease their size and we put them right here. We click on check mark and here we are. We move them from here to here. So this is how we use the Content Aware Move tool to move any object to any place we want. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we'll take a look at the Clone Stamp tool. Right click here and we get these two tools. We select the Clone Stamp tool. The Clone Stamp tool is similar to the patch tool. We use it to remove an unwanted part or object by covering it with another part of the image. We zoom in here. We select the Clone Stamp tool. We set its size. We hold Alt and we click with the left mouse button to copy this part here. Then we click and drag over this crack here to cover it. Now we copy this part. We hold Alt and we click using the left mouse button. Then we click and drag to cover this part here. When we reach this spot, the color changes, so we need to copy a part with the same color. Right here. We hold Alt and copy the part. Then we cover this spot here. Now we go up here. We copy this part and we cover the rest of the crack like this. Here we are, the plant part looks perfect. So this is how we use the Clone Stamp tool to cover unwanted parts of our images. That's it for this video. It's homework time. After we saw how to use the retouching tools in the former videos, I would like you to remove this crack on the wall in this image here. You can do that using any of the retouching tools that we talked about. So go ahead, give it a try, and I will see you in the next video. Hello and welcome to this video. In the former video I have asked you to remove this crack on the wall here. Now there are multiple ways and tools to do that. And we will start with the Spot Healing Brush tool. We select it. We set its size. And we click and drag over the crack to remove it. Here we are, it's gone. We use the history window to go back. Now we will use the clone stamp tool. We select it. Now we hold Alt and we select this part here to clone it. Then we click and drag over the crack to cover it with that part. The color changed, so we clone another part with a similar color. Here it is, and we cover this part. Again, we clone another part and we cover the rest. Perfect. We can fix this spot here as well. That's better. Like I said, we had multiple ways and tools to complete the objective. It does not matter which tool you used as long as you did manage to cover the crack on the wall. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. In this video we will see how to type text in the Photoshop software. We start by creating a new project with the following settings. To type any text, we select the horizontal type tool. We click anywhere in the page, and we get this random text. Now we type whatever we want. For example, Adobe Photoshop. We select the text. We get this menu here, and we can adjust the text size from here. We select the size we want. We can click on the setting icon and drag to the right and left to adjust the text size manually. We center the text and we select it. To make any adjustment to the text, we have to select it first. We change the text font from here. We can select any font we like from here. We can select the first word only and change its font. Then we select the second word and we change its font as well. We can customize the text any way we like. We can change the font type from here, and each font have different types. We change the text color from here. We get the color picker and we can select any color we like. We click OK to apply the color, and we can paint each part of the text in different colors. For example, we paint the word Photoshop in this color. We paint the shop part in green. After we are done, we click on the check mark. So this is how we can adjust our text. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and this video. In this video, we will see how to wrap our text. First, we select the type tool and we select the text. We get this icon here. We click on it. And we get this window. We can wrap our text from here. We have different wrap styles. We can select any one we like. And then we can adjust its bend, its horizontal distortion, and its vertical distortion. Like I said, we have here multiple wrapping styles that we can choose from. Then we adjust their blend and distortion. After we are done, we click OK and we click on the check mark to apply the change. And here we are, this is the text. We can always select the text and adjust it again. So this is how we can apply any one of these wrapping styles on the text. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. We will see how to type a paragraph in the Adobe Photoshop software. We have this paragraph here as an example. We select it and we copy it. This paragraph is included for you. You can use it, or you can use any other paragraph you want. Now we select the type tool. And typing a paragraph is different from typing a word or a sentence. Because if we paste the paragraph here like this, the text will look like this. It's one single long line of text. So we have to click and drag like this to create a box or a rectangle using the type tool. When we release the mouse, we get a random paragraph here. Now right click and we paste our own paragraph. Then we can adjust the shape. We double click on the text to select all of it. Then we can change its size. And we can change its font type. And its color. We can align the text from here. We align it to the left, to the middle, or to the right. Now we click on this icon here and we get this window. We click on paragraph, and from here we can align our paragraph in different ways. We can align it perfectly like this. We can leave a space at the end of the line here, or we can fill that space with the text. We can add a space from the left here. We can add a space from the left on the first line only, like we see at the start of novels and books. We can adjust the space at the right side of the text. We can adjust our paragraph any way we like. Now we go to the characters section. We select the text, and we can set the space between the lines from here. We can set the size of the text from here. We set the space between the letters from here. We set the font style from here. We can click here to make the selected text in caps. And we can change the text color from here. After we are done, we click on the check mark to apply the change. So this is how to add paragraphs and how to adjust them. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the text. We start by typing a text in here. For example, we type the word mask. We increase its size. We change the font type. That's better. Now we add this image. We increase its size, and we put it right here. Now right click on the image layer and we select create clip in mask. The mask is added, and here we are. Take a look at the text. We can select the mask layer and adjust the image position like this. We can delete this text and type another one. We can check Show Transform controls and adjust the image in a way we like. So this is how we mask our text. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.